Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I'm pleased to make a statement on the Joint Standing Committee on Treaties Report 216, Nairobi Convention. The report covers JSCOT's inquiry into a new major treaty action, the Nairobi International Convention on the Removal of Wrecks, and also one minor treaty action amendment to Appendices 1 and 2 of the Convention on the Conservation of Migratory Species of Wild Animals. The Nairobi Convention, Deputy Speaker, outlines the legal basis for countries to remove or have removed wrecks, including objects lost at sea in areas beyond the territorial sea and within the exclusive economic zone. Ratifying the Nairobi Convention is particularly important to Australia because, as an island continent with a significant coastline and shipping industry, we depend upon clear and safe navigation of the sea. We depend upon imports, and of course our high-value exports are essential for maintaining Australia's economic well-being and the livelihoods of millions of Australians. For Australia, the majority of wreck incidents involve shipping containers that come to be adrift at sea. That's the reality, and generally they fall from foreign flagged vessels while they are within our EEZ. And under current domestic regulatory framework, wrecks that occur like this in Australian waters and within our exclusive economic zone result in situations where effectively the government can't recover the removal costs, which can be significant. By ratifying the Nairobi Convention, it would give Australia a clear legal basis to remove and have paid for or have removed wrecks or other lost maritime hardware like sea containers, as I've mentioned. The treaty means that registered ship owners of state parties become financially liable for the wrecks they create. It means owners of vessels of over 300 gross tonnage must have insurance or other financial security to enable them to locate, mark and remove any wrecks. Deputy Speaker, this would remedy the current situation, provide the government the ability to recover costs of removal directly from the registered ship's owner's insurer, and that provides greater certainty, helps to avoid disputes over the responsibility and the costs there too. Deputy Speaker, the extent of relevant losses that we see today is likely to increase with the rise of e-commerce and the heightened demand for shipping freight. Larger container ships are being used more frequently. That places extra pressure on the shipping supply chain, and ships will more commonly in future travel at full capacity with added pressures to load and unload swiftly. All of those things make it likely that we will see more fugitive containers in our waters and the need to respond to that. Given these increasing pressures, amongst a variety of other factors, the committee believes ratification of the Nairobi Convention is very much in Australia's national interest. Our inquiry, the JSCOT inquiry, included a public hearing and the participation of witnesses from the Department of Infrastructure, Transport, Regional Development, Communications and the Arts, in addition to the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. And the kinds of issues that we covered included the value of shipping to Australia, which is considerable, domestic regulatory gaps, broad economic benefits, the seriousness and consequence of wrecks where they occur in Australia, environmental hazards and the matter of underwater cultural heritage. Deputy Speaker, the minor treaty action covered in the report focuses on amendments to Appendices 1 and 2 of the Convention on the Conservation of Migratory Species of Wild Animals. That was a convention established in 1979 to put in place measures to protect and ensure the sustainability of threatened migratory species, including their habitats. Appendix 1 of the Convention lists endangered species, while Appendix 2 lists species with an unfavourable conservation status that would be at risk of becoming endangered. These amendments add 2 new species to Appendix 1 and 11 to Appendix 2, including a number of maritime species like the grey nurse shark, and these changes contribute to global biodiversity protection. The committee supports the Nairobi Convention and has recommended that binding treaty action be taken. The committee also resolved that the minor treaty action be endorsed without inquiry and that binding treaty action be recommended. As always, I thank the participation of all committee members and the support we get from the Secretariat. And on behalf of the committee, I commend this report to the House.